Hello, everyone. My name is Rahayuningtiyas Alin Azzahra with student ID number P27220025139, majoring in nursing at the Health Polythecnic of Health Ministry, Surakarta. I will explain the urinary system in our bodies. The urinary system is a group of organs that filters excess fluid and waste products from the blood to create and remove urine. It includes the kidneys, ureters, bladder, and urethra. This system is crucial for maintaining the body's water balance, blood pressure, electrolyte levels, and blood pH. Urine is yellow because of a pigment called urochrome, or urobilin, a waste product from the breakdown of old red blood cells. As red blood cells degrade, they create bilirubin, which gut bacteria convert into urobilin, a yellow pigment that is then excreted in urine. The kidneys filter waste and excess fluid from the blood, regulate blood pressure, maintain a healthy balance of minerals and electrolytes, stimulate red blood cell production, and help with bone health by activating vitamin D. The main parts of the kidney are the cortex, outer layer, medulla, inner layer, renal pelvis, urine collecting funnel, and nephron, blood filtering unit. In addition, the kidney also has other important parts, such as the blood vessel system, calyces that collect urine from the nephrons, and the renal hilum, which is the entry and exit point for blood vessels and the ureter. Renal corpuscle, Malpighi body, part of the nephron, consisting of two structures: the glomerulus, a collection of small capillaries that filter blood in the cortex, and Bowman's capsule, a cup-shaped structure surrounding the glomerulus. Nephron, the functional unit of the kidney, consisting of about 1 million nephrons, each of which has a Malpighi body. Henle's loop, a U-shaped tube extending from the cortex to the medulla of the kidney. Descending limb, permeable to water, allowing water to be reabsorbed from the filtrate. Ascending limb, impermeable to water, but actively reabsorbs ions, such as sodium, Na+, and chloride, Cl-, from the filtrate. Distal convoluted tubule, DCT, a winding channel located after the Henle's loop. Here the secretion, augmentation process occurs, where waste substances such as K+ and H+ ions are removed from the blood into the filtrate. Calcium reabsorption is also regulated in this section by hormones. Collecting duct, the final channel of the nephron, where all the distal convoluted tubules from various nephrons converge. In this section, residual water can still be reabsorbed before urine leaves the kidney for the bladder. Filtration, reabsorption, and augmentation are the three main stages in the process of urine formation. The process of renal filtration is the first stage of urine formation that occurs in the Malpighian body, where blood is filtered by the glomerulus and Bowman's capsule to separate metabolic waste products and excess fluid from the blood. Reabsorption is the process of reabsorbing substances that are still useful to the body from primary urine. This occurs after blood is filtered in the glomerulus and forms primary urine. It occurs mainly in the proximal convoluted tubule, PCT, but also in the loop of Henle and the distal convoluted tubule, DCT. Substances that are reabsorbed include glucose. Almost all of it is reabsorbed in the proximal tubule. Amino acids. More than 99% of amino acids are reabsorbed in the proximal tubule. Ions, sodium, Na+, potassium, K+, chloride, Cl-, and bicarbonate, HCO3-, are reabsorbed in large quantities. Water, reabsorbed by osmosis following ion reabsorption. This process produces secondary urine, which still contains some waste products that are no longer needed by the body. Augmentation, or secretion, is the final stage in urine formation. This stage adds waste products and excess substances from the blood to the secondary urine to be excreted from the body. This occurs in the distal convoluted tubule, DCT, and collecting tubule. Substances that are added to secondary urine to become actual urine include ions, hydrogen ions, H+, and potassium ions, K+. Metabolic waste products, urea, ammonia, and uric acid, and other substances, excess medications, vitamins, and hormones. This process produces actual urine, which is then transported to the renal pelvis and passed on to the bladder for excretion from the body. The renal pelvis, or renal pelvis, is a funnel-shaped structure located in the deepest part of the kidney, right in the center. This part acts as a gateway that collects urine from the renal calyxes and channels it to the ureter, the tube that leads to the bladder. The ureters are two small muscular tubes that act as channels to carry urine from each kidney to the bladder. These organs are an important part of the urinary tract and are located in the abdomen and pelvis. In adults, each ureter is approximately 25 to 30 centimeters long. The bladder, or vesica urinaria, is a hollow, muscular organ that functions as a temporary storage place for urine before it is excreted from the body through the urethra. The average capacity of an adult bladder is 400 to 600 milliliters, but it can stretch to 1 liter. The urethra is a tube-like channel that functions to expel urine from the bladder out of the body. In men, the urethra has a dual function, namely as a urine channel and a reproductive channel for expelling semen. In men, it measures approximately 20 centimeters, while in women, it measures only 3 to 4 centimeters. The renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system, also known as the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system, or RAAS, is a complex hormone system that plays an important role in regulating blood pressure, fluid balance, and electrolytes in the body. This system is activated when blood pressure or blood volume decreases, with the aim of raising blood pressure back to normal levels. Renin release when the kidneys detect a drop in blood pressure, special cells called juxtaglomerular cells in the kidneys release an enzyme called renin into the bloodstream. Formation of angiotensin 1, renin then encounters a protein produced in the liver called angiotensinogen. Renin cleaves angiotensinogen to produce a smaller peptide, angiotensin 1. Angiotensin 1 itself has no significant biological effect. Formation of angiotensin 2. As angiotensin 1 flows through the lungs and kidneys, it is converted into angiotensin 2 by an enzyme called angiotensin converting enzyme, or ACE. Effects of angiotensin 2. Angiotensin 2 is a very powerful hormone and is the main player in this system. It has several key effects that increase blood pressure. The estimate that 60% of the water in our bodies and the other 40% is in the interstitial space is not entirely accurate. Total body water, about 60% of body weight. Intracellular fluid, ICF, about 40% of body weight, or 2/3 of total body water. This is the fluid inside the cells. Extracellular fluid, ECF, is approximately 20% of body weight, or 1/3 of total body water. This is the fluid found outside cells. Extracellular fluid, ECF, is then divided into two parts. Interstitial fluid, fluid found in the space between cells, outside blood vessels. This fluid makes up about 75% of ECF, or about 15% of total body weight. Plasma, the liquid part of blood that is inside blood vessels, plasma makes up about 25% of ECF, or about 5% of total body weight.